This is ESPN Esports. I'm Arda Ocal. We've already had some blockbuster news as it pertains to Season 2 of Call of Duty League. A mere 24 hours after the Dallas Empire won the World Championship in Season 1, it was officially announced by the CDL that the league will be going from 5v5 competition to 4v4, setting free agency into an absolute frenzy. Now, early on Monday morning, we got further information on how Season 2 will be played. Consoles will be phased out, and it will be played on PC. This was confirmed in an official blog post. Let me read this to you right now, and then we'll parse the wording a little bit because there seems to be some hints or perhaps some nuggets of information there that might give you a glimpse into the future of CDL. So here's the blog post right now. Today, the league is announcing it will move pro team competition to PC plus controller beginning with the 2021 season. This means that all pro matches will be played on PC and all pro players must use a league-approved controller of their choice. As part of this transition, Call of Duty League competition will maintain exclusive use of controllers for the upcoming season. This change provides players with expanded choice of controller, allowing them to select the league-approved controller style that works best for their game. More details and rules pertaining to peripherals will be released at a future date. There was also information as it pertains to Call of Duty Challengers, which is now going cross-play. Here is that paragraph. For the first time in Call of Duty Esports history, competitors will be able to compete online in Call of Duty Challengers on their platform of choice across console and PC. We will continue to test platform hardware and make restrictions if necessary. Players are required to use controllers, mouse and keyboard peripherals will not be allowed. Any LAN Challengers event that takes place during the season will be played on PC. Competitors may plug in their league-approved controller of choice. So that's very interesting, the fact that we're going to see console and PC during online Challengers events, and if we get to LAN eventually in-person events one more time, then it will switch to PC exclusively, much like the top pro level competition. So first, let's talk about the reaction from the Call of Duty League community, from coaches, from players, from owners, etc. Members of the Toronto Ultra, coach Marky B, and also the co-founder Adam Grayson Adamu seem to be very positive. Actually, a lot of the reaction seems to be very positive from a performance standpoint. The PC is obviously performing better than console, and here's what Adam had to say, which basically sums up the sentiment from all the people thinking this is a very positive move. Very excited by these changes. The move to PC with controller gives the league the best of both worlds. We can control the network, update security patches, frame rates, and see significant performance improvements while maintaining the best of console culture. Some of the cons really have to do with security and hacking and general disruption during gameplay, whether it's at the top level competition or even in challengers. What about players using assistance that is not allowed, cheating more generally? This could certainly become a storyline moving forward. Here is what Simp had to say, player for Atlanta FaZe. This is what he tweeted. All I'm saying is there better be some good anti-cheat for Cold War. We don't need Jimmy Neutron and his little gang hacking and making it worse for everyone. So there are definitely pros and cons to this news. I do believe that there's more of a long-term pro in moving to PC. I do believe that once players get accustomed to playing on PC, it's going to be an overall better experience. Of course, the PC performs better than console in many categories, and so it will be an overall smoother and better experience for gameplay and for viewing as well. I do know, in speaking with some members of the CDL community, some players and staff members, they did mention that one of the things that they are looking forward to the most is just a lack of general league play disruption. Hacking aside, just the idea, for example, in Season 1 of Call of Duty League, where you saw the inability to pause online. Of course, the pandemic being an unforeseen circumstance, pause function was obviously available on LAN, but it wasn't available online, which led to different rules and circumstances in which a 4v5 unfortunate situation, if a player happened to get timed out or get kicked out of a game, or online connectivity issues, or even DDoSing, whatever the situation was, a 4v5 scenario would continue in certain maps, certain rounds. And now, with PC, there will be the capability to pause. So that's one major benefit right there. One thing, let me go back to the wording, because there's some very interesting wording here which might lead you to believe that perhaps the console or the controller usage might be temporary. It does sound like PC is here to stay, and here is the wording for that. It is announced that pro team competition will be moved to PC and controller beginning with the 2021 season. So that to me implies that PC will be the preferred or the way to go, the official way to go for CDL moving forward. But then in the next paragraph, it says, as part of this transition, Call of Duty League competition will maintain exclusive use of controllers for the upcoming season. Exclusive use of controllers for the upcoming season. That does leave the door open to have a conversation about mouse and keyboard, if only because we didn't get an explicit statement saying mouse and keyboard will not be used in future years. So certainly that speculation is going to begin among members of the CDL community simply because it wasn't stated, and the wording there does imply, or it could possibly lead you to believe, that mouse and keyboard might be considered in future years. Definitely not in season 2, but definitely as we move forward, seasons 3, 4, 5, etc. That does leave the door open. It doesn't explicitly say mouse and keyboard will be completely ruled out. The other thing that you think about here is, and this wasn't explicitly said here either, but does this mean that PS5 will not have LAN capability? Was this a situation where the Call of Duty League was perhaps forced to go to a PC scenario in order to properly function with the league? I don't believe that to be the case. We haven't heard anything of that sort of news. I do believe that PC does do more good than harm, definitely in the long term, especially with the way that CDL can control many things on PC and the functionality and the presentation on PC. So I do believe that this was a choice. That's my personal opinion, but it does, some people in the CDL community might question what this means for LAN capabilities for the PS5. The other thing is the crossplay, particularly in Challengers Online. This will be a definite uphill battle for console versus PC. I mean, this is a conversation that is had in Fortnite a lot with the aim assist on consoles versus the hackers and the cheaters on PCs, because certainly crossplay, especially with the amount of top quality players that will be playing in Challengers this season, because 20% of starting roles in Call of Duty League have essentially been slashed, going from 5v5 to 4v4. We're going to see a lot of veterans that may not be able to get spots in CDL itself playing in Challengers, and we're going to hear these complaints because they are respected members of the community, and if they are not happy with crossplay, well then we're certainly going to hear it a lot more, and that's going to become a larger conversation. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. I'm not saying that it's going to be, the death of challengers or anything like that. Certainly not. But definitely something to keep an eye on, especially as we get respected members of the community playing in these modes and having frustrations along the way. And certainly Call of Duty players are not shy in terms of voicing their concerns on social media. So let us know in the comments below what you think about this, whether you agree with a cross-platform system for challengers, whether you like the move to PC. One other thing I do want to mention is I think this opens up a lot of sponsorship opportunities. The sandbox in which advertisements or integrations on broadcast certainly widens when you have PC as your official platform of choice, especially at that elite play. I do believe that we'll see some more activations, maybe from brands that we hadn't previously been able to see on CDL broadcasts. So the sales department for Call of Duty League is certainly doing backflips right now, certainly very happy with the ability to call certain companies that maybe they weren't able to for certain different activations and money-making ventures. So I do believe that that might have been a part of the decision making there as well, and I do believe that PC has more good than harm in terms of going to that platform, and I think that many people agree. But I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Are you happy with the move to PC and in using approved controllers from the league? Do you think eventually that mouse and keyboard will be introduced into the CDL in years to come in the long term? Do you think that we'll see multiple leagues? Will we see a mobile league? Will we see a console league? Will we see a PC league? And if that's the case, which one will be the most popular? Where will most of the money go? Where will most of the resources go? What do you think about the potential of hackers and cheaters at all levels of of Call of Duty competitive competition? Do you think this will become a large concern? Let us know in the comments below.